In the heart of Speaker's Corner, a bold claim was made, one that questioned the consistency of Scripture. A Muslim debater stepped forward, convinced he had uncovered a contradiction in the Bible. But what happened next might surprise you. Bob the Builder didn't just respond, he flipped the script. And what started as a critique of Christianity quickly turned into a Quranic reality check. This breakdown features highlights from the original exchange, courtesy of Soko Films. Full debate is available on their channel, link in the description. Now, let's get into it.
Prophecy of Prophet Nathan.
Where are we going?
I'm going to 1 Chronicles chapter 17 verse 13.
Bear with us. 1 Chronicles, what chapter?
Chapter 17 verse 13.
Verse
13.
Chapter what, sorry?
Chapter 17 verse 13.
Verse 13, let's go. Right, what does it say?
It's talking this basically about the prophecy of Prophet Nathan. He's prophesying about the building of the temple of Solomon.
Bear with us, bear with us, bear with us. I will be his father, and he shall be my son, and I will not take my loving kindness away from him. Who's speaking here?
That's Prophet Nathan.
Moreover, I tell you that the Lord will build a house for you when your days are fulfilled, that you must go to be with your fathers, that I will set up one of your descendants after you. This is God speaking, actually.
Yeah, but it's coming from Prophet Nathan.
Yeah, but it's God speaking.
Yeah, God speaking, yeah.
Right. What descendants after you, who will be of your sons, and I will establish his kingdom. Who's he talking about?
This one is talking about Solomon.
He's talking about he's talking about David. So who gave?
No, that is talking about Solomon.
Yes. Who is the son?
The son is Solomon. David and the son is David was then the king.
Yeah.
Prophet Nathan revealing it to David that this is what God said.
Yes.
And they are prophesying about Solomon to build the temple.
Yes, but they're talking to David, so he's talking about David's lineage.
Yeah, David's lineage.
Right,
yeah.
just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Carry on. Right, go on.
Should I continue?
Yeah, go on.
I want to center the arguments, okay, because it's a long thing. It's the same thing. I want to center the argument on what you just read. I will be his father, and he will be my son.
Yes.
I will never take my love away from him.
Yes.
As I took it away from his predecessor. Have you noticed it?
Yes.
Okay. This is what 1 Chronicles chapter 17 verse 13 is saying.
Yes.
Let's look at the order of the words. I will be his father, he will be my son. Now let's go to 1 Samuel.
1 Samuel.
2 Samuel 7:14.
Yeah.
2 Samuel 7. It says, I will be his father and he will be my son. When he does wrong, I will punish him with a rod wielded by men, with floggings inflicted by human hands. Have you seen there's a difference between the verses here?
No.
Why is there no difference between the verses?
Right. Because the statement is talking about God's relationship to David. Right? And in the message that Nathan has corresponded, there's more than one point. And the scriptures are telescoping in on one point made in as part of the overall dialogue, and it's just focusing in on that. It's called telescoping in literature. People do it all the time. I can show you examples in the Quran because you're going to get the Quran in trouble.
Can I ask a question?
Right.
How many times did Prophet Nathan brought the revelation to David?
Once.
So why is it that's why I'm
one passage.
The revelation once.
Yes. So one passage draws on one part of the speech, and another passage draws on another part of the speech.
This is the second
so,
question.
for example,
So which
wait.
is the correct speech?
Great.
Is the full revelation. Which of the two?
I'm just going to show you in a second, Dawood. You've just chucked the Quran under the bus, because remember what you're arguing now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make you reverse it in a second, right? And you're going to use my argument, right? So the speech is all the words together. The message is all the words together. Or maybe even the sense of the words, because that can also be inspired. And the idea is that God, to the different authors, is communicating different aspects of the message. It doesn't mean that they contradict one another. It's called a prima facie contradiction, but it's explained by telescoping. So one could be capturing the sense of the message, i.e. God will never stop loving David. Because don't you discipline children you love?
Yeah, you discipline children
Right?
in love. Yeah.
So one could be the sense of the message and one could be the words of the message, or alternatively, they could both be the words, but one is recording one part of the speech and the other is recording the other part of the speech. It doesn't mean that both parts can't be given. In Surah 7, Ayah 109. Get out your Quran, bro. In Surah 7, Ayah 109. You go there. So I'm going to show him exactly what he's just shown us. And he's now going to defend what he just attacked. Watch what happens, right? He's going to defend what he just attacked. And here's the interesting part. He's going to defend it in exactly the same way that I just defended the Bible. So tell me when you're at Surah 7, 109.
Okay.
Right, let me go to Surah...
For Pharaoh's people
Wait, bear with us. Right, let me go to Surah 26:33. Right? Now, just for everybody who's watching who doesn't know what we're talking about, this is the story of Moses before Pharaoh, where Moses performs a miracle with a stick and the snakes. Agreed?
Yeah.
Right. And then they go and have a conversation, right? And in your surah, your ayah, bear with us 1 second, 26. Right. So in Surah 7, 109, you read this.
Yeah. So read, yeah. So what does it say?
Read it.
The chiefs of Pharaoh's people said, he is indeed a skilled magician.
Right, who spoke?
The chiefs of Pharaoh's people.
So the chief of Pharaoh's people. And what did they say?
He is indeed a skilled magician.
And who were they talking to?
They are talking about Moses.
No, who were they talking to?
I don't understand your question.
Who were they talking to? I'm talking to you. Who are they talking to?
They are talking to the people who
They're
are
talking to Pharaoh.
No, they gathered for contest, innit? They were contesting because Moses had to prove.
They were you don't know the context of the story. They're talking to Pharaoh.
Read from the
right.
Right.
Let me just read Surah 26, Ayah 34. Yeah. Same story. Same point in the story, listen to the difference. Pharaoh said to the chief priests, who's speaking? Pharaoh. Who's speaking in his version? The chief priests. And Pharaoh said to the chief priests, this indeed is a sorcerer well versed.
Which chapter are you reading? Quran what?
I am reading Surah 26, Ayah 34. So in one version of the Quran, it says that the chief priest spoke to Pharaoh. In another chapter of the Quran, it says Pharaoh said to the chief priests, and the words are exactly the same. So who said the words, and who did they say them to?
No, this one, there are a number of contests that Moses had. Remember, when Moses was initially sent, he was given a number of signs. Then we had a contest also where he had to throw down the so we actually need to read the whole story to understand the context. If you just pick them like that, we may not get the actual story. Initially when he was sent, he was given a number of signs. God, one of the signs being that put your hand under your armpit when you move it.
Right, in your version, wait, we'll do it together, right? I'm in Surah 26, you stay in Surah 7. Find me the bit where Moses throws down the stick. In my version, it's in part 32. So Moses threw his rod, and behold, it was a serpent plain. Do you have that in your version in Surah 7?
Quran 26. I want to see the story because I believe that...
it's the story is identical.
I want to see the story. So the one 26:30, I'm interested in that one. I want to see where it started from. That's where we can get the context right. Otherwise, we are just going round in circles. Let's get the context. It's very important.
So let me just read it from Surah 20. Bear with us. Bear with us.
23, 26. I'm starting for 23. Pharaoh asked, "What is the Lord of all worlds?" Moses replied, "He is the Lord of the heavens and the earth, and everything in between. If only you had sure faith." Then 25. Pharaoh said to those around him, "Did you hear what he said?" Moses added, "He is your Lord and the Lord of your forefathers." 27. Pharaoh said mockingly, "Your messenger who has been sent to you must be insane." Then 28. Moses responded, "He is the Lord of the east and west, and everything in between, if only you had any sense. Pharaoh threatened, if you take any other god besides me, I will certainly have you imprisoned. Then 30, Moses responded, even if I bring you a clear proof. So Moses was asking a question. 31, Pharaoh demanded, bring it then, if what you say is true. Then 32, so he threw down his staff, and behold, it became a real snake. Then 33, then he drew his hand out of his collar, and it was shining white for all to see. 34, Pharaoh said to the chiefs around him, he is indeed a skilled magician.
Right.
Established.
Now, let's go to Surah 7.
Let's go to 7. Quran 7 something in it.
Surah 7, 109.
We can't read the whole thing. So I think we should start from a point, maybe from 100 going or something.
Surah 7, 109.
Let me see. Let
Right.
me start from 100. Maybe to be clear from 100.
Yeah. Reading from 100, I'll read it.
Okay, read it, yeah.
Oh, right, from 100. Those who inherit... Wait, let's get to the bit where it's talking about Moses.
101. Read from 101.
Yeah, 103.
Okay.
Then we sent Moses with our signs to Pharaoh and his chiefs, but they were wrongfully rejected them, so we see what was the end of those who made mischief. Moses said, O Pharaoh, I am a messenger from the Lord of the worlds, one of whom it is right to say nothing but truth about Allah. Now I have come unto you a people from your Lord with a clear sign, so let the children of Israel depart along with me. Pharaoh said, if indeed thou hast come with a clear, show it forth, if thou tellest the truth. So then Moses threw his rod, and behold, it was a serpent, plain for all to see. And he drew out his hand, and behold, it was white to all beholders. It's the same story. And then it says, said the chiefs of the people to Pharaoh, this is indeed a sorcerer well versed.
The chiefs of Pharaoh's people said he is indeed a skilled magician. And
so who said it, Pharaoh or the chief priests?
And then let me see. Pharaoh said to the chiefs around him, he is indeed a skilled magician. It's an affirmation.
There you go.
It's an affirmation.
So
what the people said.
Who said it?
So who said it?
The people said it's a skilled. The people said it's a skilled magician.
People said
and Pharaoh affirmed it.
Right. So do you see what he just did? He did exactly what I did with Nathan. What he did was, he said, even though one story prima facie contradicts the other story, what we're going to do is we're going to say both stories are true, and even though they contradict one another, we're going to say that one said it and then the other said it back. In other words, he's using exactly the same defense that I used for Nathan. Thank you so much, Howard.
And there you have it. If there's anything to walk away with from this debate, it's this. First, not every difference is a contradiction. Sometimes, it's just a matter of focus and context, something Bob explained masterfully. Second, those who point fingers at the Bible should be ready to face the mirror. The Quran isn't exempt from scrutiny, and today's comparison made that clear. And third, truth doesn't fear investigation, but falsehood often hides behind deflection. A big shout out to Soko Films for capturing this powerful exchange. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. More eye-opening breakdowns coming your way soon. Until next time, stay sharp and stay grounded.